of all the things I was hoping for in this update that were kind of promised to us, yeah, this place was not one I was hoping to ever come back to, but never mind. Knockback. All self-damaging weapons now deal knockback. And they have actually fixed it, so the issue I was having yesterday is gone. It's pretty much solid knockback. But there's a little tweak to this that I'm not sure if the thought of that I want to kind of test. I haven't looked into this yet because I want to see if it'll work. I just don't know why I picked power up, but there are these knockback mods that should stop this from happening. Let's start with the easy one, shall we? Becomes immune to knockback effects when on the ground. Really? Okay, let's figure this one out, shall we? Immune to knockback. Oh wow, it works. This is something I was hoping would work. There is still a stagger there, which is nice, but you are not knocking yourself on your butt every single time you fire a weapon. You are just staggering yourself, which, as I mentioned, was expected. The stagger is still there, you just don't fall over. So you can... Wow. If I'm honest, I didn't think this would work. I have a whole thing about, oh, well, I didn't think this was going to work, and... Wow. So, resistance to knockdown. Stops you from landing on your butt with self-damage. You still cannot do anything upon doing it. You can't jump, roll, or anything else until that has finished. So it still staggers you, it just doesn't knock you over. So you are staggered a little bit less. And we're going to give this the starting chance. 100% chance to resist knockdown. One mod. It's from the login reward stuff, but still, one mod. That is pretty much the best chance that this thing can get. Okay, hang on. Okay, I just loopholed the whole self-damage system. This I expected to work. It's 100% knockdown resistance. I didn't expect the stagger to not exist. There is no stagger coming from this at all. Atlas is expected. Atlas was going to have the stagger there if knockdown resistance worked, because the stagger is supposed to work. I didn't expect the 100% chance to resist knockdown to straight up make using these weapons at close range completely immune. Nothing at all. Not a thing. So I don't need any of the other knockdown mods, but for argument's sake, let's say you haven't got that from the login reward pool yet, because not everyone does, and I'm also going to go for a much stronger explosion here. Yeah, if you don't have this, there are other ways of doing it. Get rid of Prime Sure-Footed. You could always put a normal one in here. I don't have one leveled, I will have to do that. Fortitude. Put that in there. 40% chance to resist knockdown. And it adds ability duration. We'll throw that in there. And we'll throw that in there. That's pretty much all I can put in there. Knockdown recovery speed. Yeah, we'll throw that in there as well. Why not? If it does get knocked down, should get up quicker with that. And now we'll just max out two of these mods that I never used Sure-Footed. I only maxed that to try its 100% chance to knock down resistance when it came out, even though everybody when I did that told me that it can't be 100% chance to resist knockdown. When I was using it, I got knocked down. But before I do that, nope, still has knockdown. So with 30% chance to resist knockdown, and 60% chance to resist knockdown, and 20% chance to resist knockdown, 30, 60, so there's 90. That's 110% chance to resist knockdown. It should never, ever not work, because in total, it surpasses primed sure-footed. I keep going to say should, I don't know why. And with handspring for the 160% faster recovery, that should be a lot more noticeable. And constitution being 40% more, knockdown recovery, not knockdown resistance, that's recovery, and that's recovery, should stand up quicker if I get knocked down. So answers the question of, this should never, ever, ever knock me down. Because it now has more knockdown resistance than that one mod had. And I'm just going to continue shooting, yeah, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But to answer the question of will these work, I'm just going to take one mod out and see how fast the recovery works. It's by standing at the edge, and that was, oh, no, no, no. That was pretty much instant. That was resistance. Yeah, that is actually very quick recovery. But if you don't have primed sure-footed, you can get power drift and sure-footed by themselves. Fortitude, let's take that out. You are still going to have 90% resistance here, and let's be honest, ability strength is always good, and it fits into that slot there quite nicely, so it's taking away one mod slot. It's not going to work all the time, as we found out before. It's a 90% chance. So it's going to work a lot of the time, not all of the time. That is an entire magazine and nothing. There's a second one. That's like 3 magazines there, and I got knocked down twice. Staggering effect that Atlas was having before, that Atlas is now not having, just because he's a pain. There was a little stagger before, but now it's not doing it. Okay, Atlas, you're annoying sometimes. Really are. Stagger before, not now. What about with this? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, so no stagger with Atlas now. Whatever. The game's just being weird with the stagger, and it seems to have straight up disappeared. Oh, you can never predict the way the Warframe's going to behave, can you? So, Atlas, with his abilities, his passive ability, become immune to knockdown when on the ground. Obviously, if you are mid-jump, you are still going to take that knockdown. Prime sure-footed will also do exactly the same thing, but if you don't have that, don't look at it, don't look at my shame. Power drift, sure-footed, will work wonders, as does knockdown recovery. They also work to get you up quicker, but resistance, well, if you're going to put mods in to increase recovery, you may as well just run the mods that have resistance instead. Resistance, better than recovery, though, because it does only go to 90%. I mean, yeah, the ability duration can be useful from this if put into a polarized slot, obviously, but the duration can be used from this, and I have that in a few builds that I have that needed the extra duration, so it will be useful, but it's only 40%. That would be better if you're just going to run one to run that, but again, resistance is better than recovery if you can get it to... You can surpass 100% with that third mod from earlier, or you just get your hands on Prime Sure-Footed through the login reward system, and you become like Atlas, and you become fully immune to knockdown. Which, with the changes to the self-damage system, meaning that any weapon that used to be explosive will now cause knockdown, as proven, Prime Sure-Footed kind of counters that very well. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.